everybody, and welcome to another tutorial on my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how I did this 3D encapsulated rose. So as a background, I used Mosaic Zephyr, which is a really pretty kind of just neutral pink color. And then to do the 3D rose, I used Magic Gel Systems 117 4D White. And the brush I used to do my 4D was the Ugly Duckling Acrylic 3D brush, which has a very small, fine-tipped head on it, which I absolutely love. So to get the product out, I use a dotting tool. This 4D white is really thick. It's almost like Play-Doh. And then I just roll it around in my fingers. Typically with clients, I'm wearing gloves, so that reduces the exposure. And then I just press it down onto the nail, which has been buffed already. And just using a little bit of cleanser or isopropyl alcohol, I just wet my brush, and then you just want to pat it out into the shape of a petal. This 4D white gel is really stiff, so you need quite a bit of pressure to pat it out. So that's one thing to keep in mind while using this product. I also found it worked best when I had my brush fairly wet with alcohol on it. I found this helped blend the product better and move it around a little bit easier. So I just go back and forth, wetting my brush and then blotting the excess on my white beside me and just pushing the product into where I want it. I told you guys I would do a tutorial using this 4D white in my original review video, which I will link up in the corner for you guys. But here it is. If you have any tips or tricks on how to work with this product, please leave them down below. I would love to hear them. I'm not super confident using this product yet, but it does an amazing job to do these flowers with. So once I'm happy with how this petal is looking, I always flash cure in between my petals just to ensure that I don't accidentally bump them or anything when I'm working on following petals. Okay, so I'm grabbing the product for my next petal. This is roughly how much I use for my outside petals. Rolling it around in my fingers again and placing it onto the nail. I like doing 3 outside petals and then working my way in. So I've sped up this clip a little bit, but I'm just repeating it, the same thing I was before, dipping my brush in my alcohol and then patting the product out and curing when I'm happy. And same thing for the third petal. This one I zoomed out a little bit so you kind of get an idea of how often I'm re-wetting my brush and tapping off the extra. But again, just repeat the process for the third outside petal. And I like overlapping them a little bit. So this is what my outside layer looks like when I'm done. So now I'm just going in with a little bit smaller of a bead and working on the next layer of inside flowers. So you want to progressively make them a little bit smaller, and I like staggering them a little bit. So there's my next petal. Going in with my 5th petal, I'm doing the exact same thing, staggering them a little bit and just pushing the product out to where I want it. And then for my next layer, I'm just doing a single petal just to kind of even out the flower a little bit. And then curing once happy. And then for the center of my flower, I like using a little circle and just kind of pressing a little indent into the center of it. You could finish this off with a little crystal or something in the middle, which would look really, really pretty as well, but that's all I do for the center. And you can leave it just like this and have it as on top of a finished file nail and just have a 3D rose. Or you can encapsulate it like I will be doing in the rest of this video. So to encapsulate this rose, I'm using my Fusion 5. And you just want to apply this all over. Be sure you get kind of underneath all the petals so that there's no voids in your finished nail. This will go on a little bit thick, but you will be filing it to be nice and even. So once it's cured, remove the dispersion layer. I'm just filing the perimeter a little bit. And then I'm taking my electric file and just filing the top and reducing a little bit of the bulk and making it all nice and smooth on top. You will file through a little bit of the white, but that is okay. Then I'm just giving it a quick buff, wiping off all the dust, and finishing off with a top coat. In this case, I'm using eNail Couture's Shiny. And there is the finished encapsulated design. There is no lumps or bumps whatsoever, and I think this is gorgeous. It would make amazing wedding nails in my opinion. And here's a set of nails I did for one of my clients using this design. It turned out amazing. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any suggestions for other tutorials you'd like to see, just comment down below, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!